Hello, hello. All right, welcome to Defining Act, a podcast where we explore the profound connection between what we do and who we become. This unit has been a journey through powerful narratives and insightful texts, all revolving around a central theme: personal growth and identity forged through action, responsibility, and the power of human will.
All right. So in this podcast, we're going to be covering several key topics. So one of the key topics I would like to really tackle is the courage and social justice. So what we know is that examining individuals who, through their brave actions, advocated for human rights and influenced public perception.
Absolutely. Another key several topic is the power of storytelling and hope. Writing has a very powerful way of telling things and discussing how writing and sharing experiences can raise spirits, record history, and even can create change.
100%. Like, I can also add on to that, another several key topic that we learned is like the memory and selfhood,
Absolutely.
like investigating the link between our memories and our sense of self, defining who we really are and our true identity, and like the resilience of the human spirit when like memory is compromised. Like, that's how we get closer to identity and we know who we truly are.
Absolutely. Another key several topic would be life experiences and emotion. One of these topics is how we reflect on the assortment of life experiences, emotions, and struggles that poetry can capture and convey. Like I previously mentioned, writing has a powerful way of telling things.
That's a good point you got there. So what we know is these topics directly address our essential question, basically summarizing and really demonstrating that identity is not a static quality, but more of a dynamic process. We can say that individuals that study define themselves not by introspection, but by the responses to challenges, their commitments, their beliefs, and their interactions with the world around them, and truly getting to see who they are.
Absolutely. We'll move on to the Thomas Jefferson quote, which I would repeat right now. Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask, act. Action will delineate and define you. This suggests that self-discovery comes not from self-reflection or contemplating one's inherent nature, but from doing. He argues that our true character and identity are revealed and solidified through our behaviors, choices, and the impact we have on the world. Actions serve as a blueprint, outlining and specifying the kind of person we are, more effectively than any amount of internal questioning.
That's a good point you got there. So our viewpoint and what we basically agree on. So what I said I agree with this sentiment. Like Jefferson expressions is a great way to talk about this, and we know that identity is a performance, a continuous series of actions that over time create a consistent picture of who we truly are. Our actions is the face of the adversity. Our commitment to our values and our contributions to others are what truly define us. I have a list of some examples supporting the viewpoint of what sources we read in class. Ruth Gruber's rescues efforts in The Assignment of My Life. Ruth Gruber's identity as a courage advocate for human rights is defined entirely by her actions, undertaking a perilous journey to help Jewish refugees escape the Holocaust. She didn't just feel empathy, she acted on it, and those actions delineated her character. She had strong character, and she built it on through her life, which is very brave of her.
Absolutely. Another example supporting Thomas Jefferson's viewpoint would be Isabel Allende's writing as an act of hope. Allende writes to give people hope and to illuminate hidden parts of reality in Latin America. Her identity as a writer and a force for social consciousness is a result of her persistent act of writing despite rejection, not simply her desire to be a writer. That's one of the examples that we use. And another example we've used is the most forgetful man in the world.
Yes.
AP's resilience and forgetfulness. AP, despite profound amnesia, retains his cheerful and sociable character traits, navigating his world through routine and instinct. This shows that while memory is important to selfhood, his core actions and way of interacting with people still define his present identity, even without conscious recall of his past.
Yeah, 100% we can agree on that. And we have some topics as we wrote. Like I had that themes in like the poetry collection 1 and 2 that we recently discussed. The poems reflect on like a assortment of life experiences and emotions, often like showing their struggles and personal growth and what they can truly build on, you know. And the poets' identities and themes we've explored in the work stem directly from their like live experience and their act of putting those experiences into words, actions, and truly getting to know what they're doing, and to invite readers to ponder their meaning and know what they're talking about.
Absolutely. Now me and Ahmed are gonna share 2 personal experiences that agree with Thomas Jefferson's quote.
Sure, you went.
I'll start with my own example.
Good.
In my own life, I seen this when I helped my family. I could consider myself a helpful person, but that little meant little until I started to help my family with small things as I got older.
100%.
The act of showing up and contributing to my time and energy is what truly defined the part of my identity for both myself and others. So until I started to actually do things, it was just words. So actions, like Thomas Jefferson said, actions are more important than just words.
100%. And for my final personal experience, and when I end this podcast very soon, I'm going to be talking about my personal experience at the end and how it really changed. So, in my experience, I've opened my eyes and seen what happens in like the real world. I would consider myself a humble and energetic person filled with love and passion. Doing things for your family is more important than you'll be there, which directly ties to the connection with John Jefferson's quote. The act of being there for your family and relationships around you is something valuable and nothing can replace, and you always have to make sure you use up your time with definition and making your identity unique. No matter what, always be with your family.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
This will conclude the Defining Act podcast.
100%.
Thank you for listening.
Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much.
See ya.